Hola, it's me, Didi, and welcome to another episode of Deep Dives with Didi.
And Damian.
Today we are in mourning because my girl Lemon, spoiler alert, has gone home. Do you get it? I'm in mourning.
Yeah, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Take it off, take it off. This is the Masked Singer.
I'd like to keep it on, please.
Ooh, Regina Chapman.
Don't look at my gloves. Fun fact about my hair. This is the wig that I wore the first show I ever did with Lemon. We had a weekly show at Hardware Bar in New York City. That's a splash of Didi.
We love a callback.
So let's talk about the episode from the very beginning.
A very good place.
Oh, okay, we'll doing monotone. Previously on Canada's Drag Race, they did a pageant challenge and Lemon won. Ilona and Priyanka lip-synced to Ali X's song Hello, and we talked about it a little bit on our review, but our friends texted us and DM'd us being like, you guys didn't talk a lot about this amazing lip sync, one of the top 4 lip syncs in Drag Race history. Girls.
I didn't think it was like epic or iconic. I think the best lip sync of the season has been Kiara versus Priyanka.
A Drove All Night lip sync I thought was better. I also thought Tainomi's If You Could Read My Mind also was better.
This one was good. Priyanka was good, but we know she's good. It wasn't like a new discovery. And Ilona was serviceable.
But again, nothing new because she played it kind of similarly to how she did before.
I thought the song was catchy, but sorry.
So anyway, Ilona went home and the girls come back into the workroom. Everyone's like, wow, what a sweet message for someone who's a fucking bitch. I did not think so. What happened?
I felt like she was a more well-rounded character than that, so it seemed weird to sort of suggest that she was suddenly like really bitchy and like the villain.
I keep forgetting to say this, but every time someone wins a prize, it's a trip.
I guess Al and Chuck just came through for them. Hopefully that they got to postpone them.
At this point, Scarlett's like, I'm fierce competition, and they just haven't seen what I've got. Like, you've had 8 episodes to show people what you've got, and they still don't think you're competition.
Can you think of a comparison in other iterations of Drag Race of a person who didn't win anything and stayed after people who were winning?
Not only is someone who has never won a challenge made it to top 4, in this final episode, a person who has won 2 challenges, 2 main challenges and some minis, goes home over a person who has won 0.
We're not seeing whatever is the reason. I don't think that they're keeping this person.
What was the reason? Let's do some research between filming and me releasing this episode. And if we find any pertinent information, we'll
add it in here. And then let's react to it. Oh, girl, you and Nancy Drew.
I can't believe you found all that information. I can't believe it. Wait, she made the top?
You got me, girl.
Wow, lovely 5th alternate. It's a new day in the workroom. Jeffrey comes in. Can we not?
Yeah, let's just get to what the challenge is.
Today's mini challenge is
puppet.
Because why? Everybody loves puppets.
I do too. I mean, they are iconic on Drag Race.
And these puppets were actually like really good looking ones. They weren't like the generic ones you buy at a store. Like they felt more like Muppetish.
School of Frank Oz.
Coronavirus! I just want to acknowledge on camera that this glove is broken, so I know you're going to be seeing this part of me, but as long as I acknowledge it, it's not a bad thing. Also, I'm not on the Drag Race. So. If you want to Venmo me so I can get new gloves, I've been making all these videos for free, so my Venmo is at ddfuego and I'll buy new gloves. Okay, thank you. Let's talk about each person in the mini challenge. Lemon as Priyanka. I thought she was so funny. She also had really good jokes, not just like reading and speaking in their voice. I thought, Fuego.
I thought she was funny. I actually don't remember any of her jokes except the Tainomi one, which I didn't think was that funny.
She said that Priyanka has to keep saying her name because the judges keep forgetting who she is. They keep confusing her with Tainomi and putting her in the bottom. And then also she said, what are you wearing? And she said, I'm wearing my reveal for Snatch Game. And she said, I didn't know you had a reveal for Snatch Game. She said, I revealed that I'm not a threat.
Yeah, you're right. That was funny.
Next is Priyanka as Lemon, which I thought was good, like, payback time.
She was funny, but it was fine.
But what she did come for was Lemon's hairline, which I'm not going to be rude to my sister, but we done been new that Lemon's hairlines have been sometimes a problem. So...
Wait, why was her hairline so messed up with JoJo Siwa, though?
I just think she didn't have a good wig for it because she chose last minute to do that character.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know. That is not a splash of lemon. That's just my assumption from ddfuego. Jimbo as Scarlett came for the filler, like filled her cheeks with
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of over filler jokes. We get it. A lot of drag queens get filler. I literally can think of so many filler jokes, like, off the top of my head. Like, Roxy Andrews being a filler queen, and I'm not talking about that ass. Juju said it about Mayhem being
Mayhem
like
filler.
We get it.
It's the same jokes about filler, the same jokes about her being safe. So Scarlett had a funny Rita voice, but said 0 jokes. Oh, I want a hot dog. I'm so hungry for hot dog, and also I want to sleep with Lemon.
Yeah, she like made a joke about Rita having a crush on Lemon, which had never been established on the show. Was that supposed to be like, ooh, the goopery? But it was like, but none of us, like, the audience never was planted, so.
It wasn't anything. Finally, Rita as Jimbo. She performed all of the last episode's untucked monologue. Was it funny? No, but was I gagged? Yes.
Yeah, that was
good.
I was curious what your opinion was going to be of it, because I was like, well, part of this feels a little bit anticlimactic because we already saw this actual interaction.
But
so
Jeffrey had not seen it.
He also like did it word from word in front of Jeffrey, so I was like, but it is cool. And like the other queens are like,
Priyanka, right before she started, goes, read her, girl. Do you copy? They all were like, get her, Jade. The winner of the mini challenge is Scarlett Bogo.
I thought everyone was like fine in this challenge, fine to good. But the person who actually is the worst is the person who arbitrarily wins.
The girls reacting to her winning, they were all like, oh. When it's about like dancing around a maypole, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're dancing like a bumblebee and like there's no real way to like judge anybody, and you're just like, okay, these are the 2 people I'm gonna say yes to because this girl did a split and this other girl, all we need to do for the story.
But this Scarlett win was suspicious.
So many challenge wins like don't really matter.
No. But it does matter because when they reveal the main challenge, she gets to pick what girl gets placed with what person for the maxi challenge, which is the makeover challenge. The makeover challenge.
Which is always such an exciting challenge, and this particular episode was like very heartfelt. Something about like social media influencers being the people is like, okay. But when it's like women who are super fans, like on season 12, or this, where it's like immigrants who are so excited to be here because like they came to Canada and they're allowed to be open about their sexuality, it's like, And Scarlett is really like the centerpiece of this entire narrative, and she gets to pair all of the girls. And I think that she actually pairs everybody like really fairly.
She understands the value of giving these men an experience that is like helpful and fun and great for them. They do a rehearsal on the main stage. They just walk around. They make each other looks. They talk. They have a nice connection. And then they do their makeovers. So shall we go right into the runway?
It's my favorite part of the show.
It's time for the main stage, and our extra special guest judge is from Handmaid's Tale, Amanda Brugel.
I loved her.
Oh, she came in with big Amanda from Selling Sunset Energy.
She was giving me Leona Lewis meets Kate Beckinsale, and I am here to have a good time.
I loved it so much.
Yes, right here I am from Brugel.
Oh, whip.
Tag Amanda Brugel. Amanda Brugel, if you're watching,
we stand
you. You are a Drag Race guest judge.
And also, when she whipped her hair, they give her like the whip sound effect.
It was
so good.
Amanda Brugel, I have a zit, don't worry about it.
And I'm not gonna airbrush it out. Now let's talk about the contestants and their makeoveries and what they wore on the runway and our favorite game, Fuego or Hasta Luego. Oh, this is terrible. You can see my gloves are so ripped.
Maybe I should do it this week. Fuego or Hasta Luego. Now, Dee, if we like the look, we're going to give it a
Fuego.
And if we aren't really feeling it, it's not really for us, we don't think it's
or we
good,
hate it deeply,
then we're going to give it a
Hasta Luego.
All right.
I have the outline, so I'll keep going.
Thank you.
First thing onto the stage, first is Priyanka and Elektra.
I thought they looked beautiful and expensive, and I loved the color choices.
So bright, so fun. Their energy was great. Their makeup was really, really good.
Priyanka's makeup isn't always like my number one favorite, but I thought she looked good, and I thought she painted her drag sister to also look good. Elektra and her looked great.
Shout out to my sister, Electrolyte.
Hey, Elektra.
Electra for Elektra. And also shout out to Carmen Electra.
Tag Carmen Electra.
And also Electrolyte in the comments.
I was worried that they were going to get red for wearing leotards, but
I did not have that fear because they were like beautifully embellished.
You're right. It was my first reaction, and I hate that that's my reaction. But it's like I have that burned in my brain of Michelle Visage being like, you know how I feel? You're wearing a leotard. It's like a thing of like wearing green.
Yeah, which also is ridiculous. They served it. They had a great vibe on stage. And for me, they get a Fuego.
For me, it's a Fuego.
Next on the runway is Lemon and her sister Lime.
I loved these looks. Like, I thought Lime's makeup didn't look great, and I didn't love the green wig either, but I thought the look and the styling was great.
It looked like sisters going to like a party at Great Gatsby's house.
Daisy and Jordana. Is that her
Brewster.
name? Who's the other character?
No.
Who
is it
plays
just
tennis?
Jordan?
Is it Jordan? Jordan what?
Jordan Sparks.
Tag
Jordan Sparks and Daisy Ridley down here. What was I saying? Oh, the great blessing and curse of Lemon is that she is good at makeup, but also she has a beautiful, soft face. So what she has to do for her face to make herself look beautiful is do beautiful makeup. What she doesn't do that much is transformative face makeup for drag. So did she give Lime her beautiful lemon eye shape and brow and yes, and she did that very well. But she wasn't able to like transform his skin, which was like naturally bumpy. She wasn't able to like really carve out the jawline very well, because also that wouldn't have made him look very much like her, because she doesn't have hard edges. So
it's why this challenge is hard.
Definitely.
But I didn't think the sum of all of the parts
was bad.
And I don't think it equaled what the judges' critique was. Stacey said she expected more, and then Jeffrey was like, you made her look more like your mother than your sister. And I was like,
which
that's
is still family
girl.
resemblance.
Like, I don't.
Brooklyn says, I expected you to be dancing because it reminded me of Chicago.
Brooklyn she's right on my shit list next to Jeffrey. They aren't giving accurate notes based on what the assignment was.
The judges kept saying, I expected.
This is what you got.
What they gave me, the bond they had, the look, all of it to me was a fuego.
It was a fuego for me.
I'm not saying it was the biggest fuego I've ever given in my life, but it was still a fuego. Now, since we're talking about lemon, it is time for a splash of lemon. Number 1, she is okay, you guys. I've texted her. She is alive. She is happy. She is blessed, and she is grateful. Now, the actual tidbit of information that we have is about the runway looks. She came prepared with 2 different runway looks for the makeover challenge. The other option was these 2 dresses, one yellow, one green, and those were made by Jasmine Rice LaBeija. You never know what could have happened if she had won the other ones.
We know the outcome of this episode is maybe not like what she wished would have happened, but I don't think it is because of her look. I think it was the rigor mortis.
Morris. So that's the end of A Splash of Lemon. It was a little tidbit. Next is Scarlet and Violet Bobo. These looks are definitely like in the top 10 worst looks that I've ever walked like a drag race stage. I don't have anything against leotards per se, but these leotards did not have a personality. They didn't tell any kind of story. It had nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with the wig, nothing to do with the makeup.
I think that she is the best makeup artist of all of these queens that are in the competition. Certainly the ones that are left.
They were praising her a little extra for my eyeballs because they weren't even wearing eyebrows. So they just did like a colorful smoky eye, which congrats, you can match skin tone and do contour and highlight and do all that because you're a makeup artist that's been trained. That's great.
I think she thought it was a strategic way to show off that she was a good makeup artist. I just didn't think it was enough.
Those outfits
were gross.
That makeup cannot save that outfit. So anyway, this is an Hasta Luego for me.
It's an Hasta Luego for me as well.
I got caught on my glove and now this hole is the size of my hand. Next up is Rita and Tari Bega. To me, it was a little bit messy.
They did like a reveal, and the reveal was also like underwhelming.
Stacey, I mean, come on, girl. She said, when you were taking off those coats for the reveal, I thought you were gonna reveal a chic, sexy dress. And like, girl, when has Rita ever worn a chic, sexy dress?
But it was not tonight. What I like about Rita is that she has a point of view, and she's a little bit...
Technical difficulties, BRB. We are back from our little technical difficulties, so we are ready to go.
You fixed your gloves.
Oh yeah, I also fixed my glove.
And the other one?
No. Let's go back to Rita Baga and her sister named Tari Baga, which is that a play on words? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I like the concept, I like the idea, but she was telling a story that wasn't clear, and the execution of said concept seemed cheap and not really well done.
Yeah, for me, it was a Hasta Luego.
An Hasta Luego for me as well. Our final duo on the runway is Jimbo and Bimbo.
I liked this look. I don't know that Jimbo's aesthetic is like for me of this like reductive way of looking at women's sexuality, but
A grotesque sexualization of the female form.
yeah, it sort of feels like I'm making fun of women, and I don't like that. I thought that like the looks were like they fit them well, they looked good, and the makeup I thought on the drag daughter was correct. Which I thought was impressive, honestly, because again, I don't think of Jimbo as being like the best makeup artist in the group.
No. The makeup was correct, the wig was correct, the outfits are amazing, especially knowing that Jimbo made them. That's extra points in my book. It's not a stretch leotard with a fringe jacket. It's also not a slinky 1920s dress.
Earlier, Jeffrey talked about Lemon making her drag sister look like her drag mother, which again is still a family connection. And now he's saying that Jimbo and Bimbo look like a drag family, but to him it's more like a kai-kai. And it's like, okay, do they look like a drag family? Because that was the assignment. You can express like, I don't like this, I want to see more variety from you. This isn't my personal taste and I'd love for you to elevate it, but do they look like they're from the same drag family? And the answer to that, for me, is a yes. So it's a fuego.
For me, it's a yes. For me, it's a fuego. And that's that on the fashion on today's episode. That was our game, Fuego or Hasta Luego. We've been saying this from the jump, that the producing is so weird because it doesn't match what the judges are saying, or it does, but then it is not earned by the way that the story of the rest of the episode gets told.
After All Stars 2, Detox did an interview where she said that she was much more of a threat for the win. It wasn't between Alaska and Katya. It was between Alaska, her, and Katya. And I wonder if in the room, Scarlett was doing well. And in that post, they're not leading us to a Scarlett win. Scarlett basically needs to win the challenge, and they need to give her some sort of arc of like likability in one episode.
If the top three is not Priyanka, Rita, and Jimbo.
Would you be okay if Rita got eliminated over Scarlett? Because I know you don't really connect to her.
It would be so odd that a person with 3 challenge wins gets eliminated by someone with 0 wins.
True.
We have to go back to the facts, which we have researched in advance of if that has ever been happened before on this show. So we go back to the runway, and the top girl of the night is
Priyanka.
Oh.
What's her name?
The bottoms are Lemon and Rita. It all comes down to this lip sync, which is Alanis Morissette, You Oughta Know.
Very exciting. I wondered if they were going to do any Alanis Morissette, and I was like, they might save it. They might want to try to get her as a judge, and like,
which they still could.
You know, and also Alanis Morissette isn't always like draggy. It's a specific lip sync.
So I'm wondering if they knew or suspected that Rita was going to be in the bottom. You know what I mean? Like maybe it was a rigor mortis. But overall, I think this song was good for both of them.
I thought it was a good lip sync though. So like, I don't think it was rigor mortis like for Rita. I felt like Rita was more effective in like her emotional storytelling, and Lemon was like using her toolbox.
She was using her juice box. And Lemon's toolbox has a little bit of comedy, has the stunts, has like, she's not like gonna open her heart in a lip sync and give you a tear and roll on the floor like, ugh. And Rita did, and it suits the song really well.
When she went to the back of the stage and then turned, and then I was like, what is she doing? And then she like crawled, and I was like, ooh.
Well, this
like,
whole
really,
time she's been
it.
saying I'm a storyteller. And did she tell this song story? Yes. Which meant that my girl Lemon was sent to the house.
Lemon is like the Shangela or the Manila of this season, or even the
Alyssa Edwards or like Katya, like fan favorite, did well.
Not all those people were 5, but I think 5 is a magic spot.
That is the spot that if I ever get on the show, it's a great position to be in. I love that she left on an episode that she did great in. What a great journey on that show.
Absolutely. She should be really proud. She was great, and I think she's a star.
She's going to be able to make real good lemonade from this run on
I can't wait to see her show at the Laurie Beachman Theater.
I hope that one day I get to do my show with her again. Well, Damian, on that note, that's the end of our episode. We've reviewed episode 8 of Canada's Drag Race. We have 2 more to go, getting revved up for the finale, and I'm so excited for what's to come. So, join us next week on Deep Dives with Didi
and Damian.
Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribers are super important. Follow us on Instagram. I am at ddfuego.
And I am at Damian Bellino. Add a sound effect, please. Amanda Brugel.
What? Let's call it. Adios. Not this close.
Ciao.
Adios.